It's simply a fact that every young boy who ever watched the Daniel Boone Show, like I did as a kid, dreamed of carrying one of those big long guns, sleeping under the stars out in the wilderness, and just really enjoying life. Approximately 5 years ago, I first learned about the Alafia River Rendezvous in Central Florida, especially during the winter months. It sounded real appealing to go check out. So in December, I asked Mrs. Maniac if she were interested in getting out of the cold Kentucky winters, heading to Florida to check out this rendezvous. Didn't take her long to book the tickets, and we were on our way. Enjoy the sights and sounds of the Alafia River Rendezvous.
Yeah, the air is good today. A lot of oxygen in the air from all the rains. So we got a good hot fire. Not that it's not always hot, but it's oxygen rich. So
As cold as it's been down here this week, I believe you. Rocky, you call him Rocky, huh? Yeah. He don't look like a Miko, so he's a little bit lighter skinned, isn't he? Looking through the camp manual, I noticed there was 1,300 participants here last year. Probably the same number again this year. This is a huge location for an awesome rendezvous. One thing I enjoyed looking at is the blanket sales. Pretty much any type of outfit, hat, canteen, smoke pole, furs. If it was available at that time, someone here had it for sale.
Someplace or you see online where they're trying to sell one of the Nancy's knickknacks ball winders for less than about $2.50. Buy that puppy. Right? It's wood and all, and it's really good. The guy made it for his wife because he was tired of spending $30 a pop 3 times a year to buy her the little plastic ones. Yeah. Because you destroy those. I went through 2 and 4 months.
Oh, man. So, but now you only have a short, stocky, weird-shaped spear, right? But it does. We need to point this out. The only documentation I found, or the earliest documentation I found for plug bayonets in America, are 1690, and by then socket bayonets would have been picked up, so they were probably shipped over. Old ones were shipped over as trade items to the natives, because that's the documentation I have. Is that it was a native using a plug bayonet. It's cool though. Anyway, all right. So we have our pikemen. We've got our musketeers. We've got our armor. We've got our formations. We've got our really long pikes. And so we've got this system of battle that's been used for a couple of 100 years. And we're going to pick it all up, and we're going to carry it over to America. We'll dump it in the trash because none of it works.
Dang it!
There's more than one writing, some on the Spanish side and some on the British side, that are frustrated. It's like they won't charge at us, so this armor's doing nothing. These giant pikes are doing nothing. They won't run at us in a group. And then also, when we say, okay, let's go get them, they scatter. They won't charge us or face a charge. How are we supposed to fight these people? Well, then the musket's back. So we start using these a whole lot more. Now, I told you, 20 shots an hour, right? Really, really slow, not as accurate as you think. And this matchlock is really dicky, right? There's a lot more can go wrong. And so it's not as reliable an ignition system.
Technically, if I hit this correct and the stone isn't fractured inside, I'm going to hit it right there, and it should take the top of this hump off. You know how thick it is, that big hump? So I'm going to put it against my leg, say a prayer. Remember what I told you I wanted to do, get rid of that hump?
Yeah.
Oh my.
So that's my job, and that right there is textbook. It went all the way down, it cleared. And I also made a knife. How sharp do you think this piece of stone is, huh? Can't be very sharp, right?
Do you like
well, let me show you a little something.
Uh-oh.
A little something, something. Pretty good piece of leather.
Maybe it is very sharp, huh?
I'm thinking it maybe.
Uh-oh.
What?
Whoops. Got the wrong piece. No,
Totally
got the
cutting
wrong
it
end of
off the piece of leather. Woo.
What?
No
And
kidding,
leather
huh?
is very strong.
You just throw away these trash
You can't sharpen a metal knife as sharp as that edge is right there. It's only 2 molecules thick.
Uh-huh.
So in the process of making points and getting things thin when you start with a chunk like this, this is kind of the first process. So now that I did that, there's a big hump here, so I can come over here and go the other way, and it'll take this hump off and hopefully blend into this. I'm gonna hit it right here, and it should follow that ridge and clean out some of this. My tool isn't quite big enough. Don't.
He's made all these from
so pretty.
the tool set.
Boy, you guys need to stick around.
Things are going good.
So now in those 2 hits, it's probably a ½ an inch less. And the same thing, knife blade. Every one of these is a knife blade.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh.
Oh, and a bottle of rum. Pirate seminar at 12 bells on the comments. That's noon for you land lovers. Pirate walking the plank here. Pirate walking the plank.
You can feel it's starting to get soft, but it's still got some dampness in it. So I have to get all that dampness out.
Wow.
Yeah. There's the finished product. Feel how soft that is. So that is your true buckskin, the way it's been made for thousands of years.
Is this what the Indians put on too?
Oh yeah. It also goes back to early man. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
brain tanning. Have you ever heard of the term brain tanning before?
No.
We actually use the brain of the animal in the process. So you're using just what the animal had to make this leather. The brain is soaked into the skin after we shave all the hair and the epidermis off. Just get down to the dermis layer, and it's what provides the lubrication. So it's the oils, the fats in the brain that lubricate it. So we rehydrate it with all those oils. Once it's really well drained, then we start this part, which is the softening. And this is probably the most labor-intensive part, because like I say, it's about a 6 to 8 hour job.
Yes. Why is that one white?
That is the natural color of the skin. So when you have any skin, it's going to have this kind of creamy color of white. These here have been smoked, and that's the final part of the process, is running smoke through the hide. And that's what actually does the curing of the skin. It's chemicals in the smoke react with the fiber network, and they seal all the fibers. In this state, if it gets wet, those fibers will glue back together and hard right up on you. In that state, once it's been smoked, you can wash all that and it'll always come back soft.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And it's also a breathable leather, so it's warmer in cold weather, cooler in hot. Very strong and durable. You're not going to tear or rip that stuff. That's,
Indians knew what they were doing.
That's going to last a long time.
Now, what would they do? I see you're using a strip of metal. What did they do back?
Good, probably a piece of rawhide. They may make like a rawhide rope or something like that, and they'd probably tie it high and low on a tree, just something that they could work it across, just something to abrade with. I can work it over the stake right here too, the same way. And you could be doing a stake in the ground. You know, if you had a chair, you could do the back of the chair. You can do a lot of different things, yeah.
Here are a few of the shorter smoke poles available at the Rendezvous. Long ones were available too. I caught up with Henry. I'll just let him tell you what type of smoke pole he built this year.
Hi, my name is Henry. I'm at the Alafia River Rendezvous in 2025, and this year is my Spanish Escapada with a Miculette lock here, and it has the Italian style butt club here, where you can shoot it and turn around and use it as a war club when you're out of shots to use. And this is made out of walnut wood, and the barrel here has an octagon barrel going into a round barrel with a 62 caliber there, and the barrel rings have grooves in them as well, up to 3 grooves on each barrel ring there on the
I'll bet you
there.
can't wait to shoot that thing, can you?
I can't wait to shoot it either. I enjoy it. I enjoyed building it, now I'm ready to go out there and shoot it.
Awesome. You never know what you're going to run into at this rendezvous. Ever heard of anybody making music out of a handsaw? Well, check these fellas out. Comment below if you know the name of the song these fellas are playing. As these fellows finish this one out, I invite you to come back next Sunday, because I'm going to show you a lot more of the Alafia River Rendezvous. Things such as more blacksmithing, crafts for the ladies. I'm going to show you this cool jug pulling contest, and more musicians. Thanks for watching. Remember, Jesus does love you. And we'll catch you next Sunday for another adventure of the Alafia River Rendezvous.